Fire away.
Hey, what's going on, Ross? And welcome to another whatever this is. I'm here with my friend Ross
What's
Smith.
up, man?
What's going on, Ross? How was your weekend?
It's going good. It's going good. It's nice.
That's good. That's good. That's super good. Uh, boom. Okay, so you want to just get right into it?
Sure. Yeah. I guess the topic of discussion today is we're going to be talking about which is better, long shows or short shows.
Okay, so give me
And
an
I'm
ex.
talking and I'm talking about like amount of episodes, not like the length of the actual episode.
I got you. I got you. So give me an example of a short show. Yeah.
I guess a short show. Something like a Tim and Eric's Awesome Job. I mean, that show is like ridiculous, but it's nice and short. It does what it needs to do, then it moves on to the next thing. Whereas long shows, like, has multitude of episodes, multitude of seasons, just forever and ever and ever and ever. Simpsons is a good example, or anime.
Okay, but I'm trying to understand is what is a long show? Like, what determines a long show? Like Arrow ran for 8 seasons, but
Yeah,
like Scrubs, on not Scrubs, but Community lasted 6 seasons.
yeah, but I mean, I'm talking about oh, okay, fine, like old school Twilight Zone series. They had like more than 20 episodes, almost going into the 30 to 40 episode mark, and it's like kind of long. I mean, it's a good series, but it's like maybe perhaps too many episodes.
You think 20 is too many?
I mean, more than 20. Like, I would say the most, like, a good amount of episodes would be too long, but just a good amount would be 22 episodes. Anything more than 22
Oh,
episodes,
you're talking about seasons.
the what?
You're talking about seasons, not shows.
Well, episodes. I meant episodes.
I got you. I got you. Okay. So you think seasons with less episodes are better than seasons with long episodes?
Yeah, I mean, like, just
You know what, man? I have to agree with you. I have to agree with you.
yeah,
Shows like Arrow and The Flash, I think they suffer from having too many episodes. I think that
yeah,
was one of the good things about this this COVID thing happening is that the season got short.
yeah,
Um, and I mean, not by much. I think we missed out on like 3 episodes. That's it. But I think it's better because you don't have any filler episodes. You don't see the hero going like, okay, I have this mission is set. I'm gonna do this mission, but let me stop and let me focus on somebody else.
yeah, exactly. Because
And
like
then two
I
weeks
like,
later, boom, let's go back to this mission, this mission. No, I feel like shows like the Netflix shows like Daredevil and Luke Cage,
mhm,
those worked a lot better because there were no filler episodes.
exactly. Like, it's told a story it needed to tell without being distracted by other side episodes. And as much as I love Arrow and Flash, it has a really bad habit of doing that just to fill time for the season run. And not only that, but like, let's say Simpsons, right? It has like 22 episodes for the season. It has gonna have a lot of space for empty that are for Thanksgiving, Christmas, et cetera, thus making the season longer than it needs to be. When you could have like 11 episodes, which would just be good.
I I feel like shows like The Simpsons, they don't really suffer from that because The Simpsons it
Yeah,
doesn't
well,
tell a
that's true.
story. Like you
Yeah,
can watch an episode from season 25. If you've never seen The Simpsons, you can start in season 25 and then work your way to season 12, then work your way
yeah.
to season 6. There's no like cohesive storyline with The Simpsons. With shows like Arrow and The Flash and like you have to watch season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all the way through. So I,
Like,
I, I feel
essentially
I
get
feel
it.
like shows like The Simpsons don't really suffer from that. I feel like shows that should get a full season where it's 22, 23 episodes are like comedies, half-hour shows, Scrubs, Community, Simpsons, Family Guy.
Yeah,
Shows that shouldn't are your your regular shows like Flash, Arrow. Um, but yeah, no,
but I noticed with Agents of Shield. Hold on, real quick.
that's another one. Oh, I'm so glad these last couple of seasons have been
Forgot to
like
put the speaker on.
I'm so glad that the last couple of seasons have been half seasons,
Yeah,
just because oh my god, that show was never good. I could not like. I was so hyped for it when it first came out. I
yeah,
skipped school to watch the first episode, and I could not get into it. I never got into it. There would be like some episodes that oh cool awesome, let's see what happens next week, and then be like
yeah.
oh cool awesome, let's see what happens next week. Oh, I can't believe that happened this week. And then you get so hyped up because they always end on a big cliffhanger. You're like,
Yeah,
oh shit, awesome! Like I can't wait for next season. And then it just drags and drags and drags. And I feel like one of the faults that these shows have is that they have a big cast, and so
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
has to get a focused episode. Everybody has to get a story arc, and
Mhm.
it's no, make them a recurring character. Make them come and go as they please. Don't use every just because you introduce a new character this season doesn't mean you have to give them a story arc next season.
Mhm.
And I feel like that's what the Flash is adding 3 new characters next year.
Yeah, and it feels like a trend, with a new season that passes. Hey, guess what? More characters, and it becomes like Wally, Flash Junior. It could have had potential, but it's like, oh no, sorry, I got to dip and go to another show. But it was nice knowing you, and I mean, what's the point of? I don't know. I don't know if that many shows actually do big ensemble cast justice. You know?
I feel like, and even like the smaller shows with big cast, it's like when they have to like, you can tell when they have to like force in a story
Yeah.
just so that that actor can have screen time that week, and it's I don't know.
I think a good example of kind of what you're talking about is season 4 of Arrested Development. Like, because none of the cast were like together during filming of season 4, so they kind of have to improvise. Like, one character gets their own episodes. There's like it was broken down, and it was very obvious that it was filmed that way.
I I I feel one of the reasons why season 4 of Arrested didn't work is because there was 7 years in between seasons three
Mm,
and four,
yeah,
and at the time, it's like I just lost interest in it.
I
Like
think my
I never saw Arrested until season 4 came out,
mm,
and I was like, "What the hell is this show? I need to see this show. It's got everybody under the goddamn sun is in this show, so I have to
right.
watch it." So I started from the beginning, 1, 2, and 3, and I was like, "This show is really awesome." There was never a show that I didn't. There was never an episode that I didn't like. I really love David Cross in that show. David Cross has to be my favorite character in that show. Um, But then season 4, you have to wait. I didn't have to wait because after episode 13 of season 3, I just jumped into episode 1 of, and okay, well, let me slow down. I like season 4, but I like season 4 because I don't have to wait for season 4. Season 5, it wasn't that long of a wait, but there were still 5 years in between season 4 and 5. Season 5 is the season I did not care for. And honestly, it'll be I think it's been 2 years since season 5 premiered. I'm not looking forward to a sixth season. I know
Yeah,
people,
because
I know people want a movie, but I feel like the Netflix seasons were the movie.
I was like, when I was originally watching it on Netflix, I was low-key hyped for like the 2 new seasons. I was like, okay, what's this gonna do? But the comedy definitely changed from season 3 to season 4 and 5. It's like I felt like it was in the early 2000s, and it was just making fun of like the simple life, the reality shows like that. And whereas now it was like leaned way too heavy into the politics of like the wall, and kind of satirizing it, and kind of like, hey, look at how ridiculous that sounds. But it just felt so like I'm watching the news.
Uh,
Yeah.
I just for me, it's like it's the wait. It's the
Mm,
wait, and
yeah,
it's the
yeah, yeah.
wait. And honestly, if it was on Netflix, it should have just been a movie. They should have just been movies. And honestly,
Mm,
I like the way Netflix had season 4 originally. How this episode was just focused on this one character, and then all
yeah.
the other characters would come in. And I like that aspect. I don't like how they made. I just don't like how you can't see that version anymore unless you have it on DVD.
Yeah, because when I watch on my first watch, I watched the edited version, right? And it just felt like something. I mean, obviously it was edited, right? But it felt obvious in a bad way. That was like whoever edited this did a really half-assed job in editing it. You know?
I feel like they just had to make 22 episodes out of 15 episodes, and I feel like
Yeah,
that's where they failed.
yeah,
Um,
right.
it should have been 22. The reason why they made it 15 is because they were trying to shop it out to like cable networks. The way BoJack was on Comedy Central for a little bit, they wanted Arrested to be on Comedy Central. Comedy Central couldn't show a 45-minute episode of Arrested, so they had to
Hmm.
cut it down to 22. When
Yeah,
that didn't happen, it's like, yeah, let's not do that for season 5.
and I think another like addition to why the show did so bad is like if you look at the interviews of like Jason Bateman and the guy that plays the BoJack Horseman, Will Arnett, you can tell that they're totally tired of doing Arrested Development. They're not. They're like, oh yeah, that show, whatever. You know, it's like, dude, if the people on the show aren't into it, what makes you think the fans are gonna be like super hype about it?
I
You
agree.
know?
Yeah, man. I mean, and that's another thing. These people want to move on. Arrested Development first premiered in '03. That
Yeah.
show's almost 20 years old. It's 17 years old right now.
Hmm.
And to ask, like, the fact that we have to wait 20 years to get 6 seasons, that's crazy. Honestly, I don't want a movie of Arrested Development. I don't want a movie of Community.
Yeah.
I don't want a reunion season of Scrubs. I just things think they had its time, and even like Arrested, like, okay, it had its time. It didn't work at that time. You brought it back to work in the Netflix years. It didn't work with Netflix. Just let it
Hmm.
go.
Right. I think
People
if
didn't,
anything,
people
if
didn't like
any,
season 4. People didn't like season 5. You're not gonna like win. You're not gonna hit a home run with the 6th season. Just let it die. They should have just let it. They should have let it die after season 3.
right. But I think if anything, like maybe not make another Community, blah blah blah, but maybe have the same cast and then have them do something else with it. You know, like they don't play Community characters, but they play like something else, or yeah, whatever. It's like for instance, Abed. He's known for, or not Abed, but you know what I'm saying. He's playing known for being that nerd and being that outcast, while he's on the show on Apple Plus, where he's like that inverse of that, where it's like thinks nerdy shit is lame or whatever. So that's the kind of what I'm saying. It's like have these actors, but play something besides what they usually known for. Abed, Jeff, etc. You know.
Gotcha. Cool. Um, yeah, man. Any more thoughts?
Um, Not really, not that I can think of. But it was pretty cool how this topic just almost sprang out of nowhere. I mean, I pitched the idea of short shows versus long shows, and then we ended up just talking about Arrested Development, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. So what's going on with your Switch?
No, still hadn't gotten it. Like, cause I went to go last Tuesday. They still didn't have any. They're like, no, I don't know, dude. So I'll go tomorrow and wish me luck for the Switch.
Fingers crossed, bro.
Yeah,
Double
man.
finger crossed. If I could cross my toes, it'd be all. Actually, I can do this. It
Yeah,
looks
yeah,
like
yeah.
gang signs, but they're all crossed. All right, Ross. Let's go ahead and get into this because people obviously like these Cards Against Humanity things. It's
Well, you've been getting comments about it.
I've been getting shit ton of comments
Nice.
like, "Stop doing it. Why are you doing it? There's no need to do it. Let's do something
This
else."
feels forced and
It was,
unnecessary.
yeah. When's lunch? That was a weird comment.
Mhm.
But oh shit, no, no,
Oh
no,
no.
oh no. All right, Ross, I got him. I got him. I got them all. You know how the game is played, Ross.
Of
I
course.
pick out 10 random cards. Number 1 starts on this side. Number 10 starts starts whatever you want to say on the left. So let's do it. 1 through 10, Ross.
Wow, 10 cards.
Yeah, we're
Okay,
doing
6.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ross, I have no opinion on this because we're not English, but what are your thoughts on Queen Elizabeth II?
I don't really care, dude. I don't.
She's the queen, Ross.
I mean, I'm not British, so I don't really care.
She's the queen, Ross.
God save the Queen.
If
Who
she
gives
sees this
it?
video, she's gonna go off with his head to you.
Okay.
It was nice having you, Ross. All right, Ross, number 1 through 9.
Give me 4.
You want number 4. Ross, what are your thoughts? And this should be funny. What are your thoughts on J Beebs?
Justin, a believer. I'm a
You remember?
believer. I knew I could see. I mean, look, I think like he gets scrutinized for the smallest things, and I think that's pretty funny. You know, especially since you're like a pop star for being such a young age and going whatever. But the funny thing is, um, him and Post Malone are about the same age, but Post Malone aged like a handbag, while Justin Bieber looked like he's aged with moisturizer and shit like that.
The thing about Post Malone is Post Malone behaves. That's why Post Malone
Yeah,
gets
exactly.
songs on Spider-Man movies and Justin Bieber doesn't.
Yeah, and he lives like a rock star, and he proves it. You know, he makes a song about rock stars, and he lives like one.
He also makes songs about sunflowers,
Yeah, yeah,
and they end up on Spider-Man movies.
exactly.
How many of Justin Bieber's songs have ended up on Spider-Man movies? Have ended up on any movie?
Actually, you know what? You're right. He's more of a wash up has been than Malone. Malone gets
You know
work, dude.
what? Justin Bieber is starting to turn into Lindsay Lohan. Nobody likes Justin
Yeah,
Bieber
yeah,
for his music. The only reason why Justin
yeah.
Bieber is out there and famous is because of all his tantrums.
Shenanigans.
Yes, yeah. The fact
Yeah,
that he can't behave himself, he can't sit down. He acts like a kid at Walmart that doesn't get Skittles when his parents take him to the line.
right.
Ross, 1 through 8.
Give me 2.
I will give you 2. Ross, what are your thoughts on opening your mouth to talk, but somebody just puts a penis in their mouth, in your mouth? Like, have you ever had a conversation and somebody just jams their dick in their like, hey, Ross, how you doing?
Only when I'm about to throw up, dude.
Wow, okay. Ross, 1 through 7. Let me make sure I have 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, 7. 1 through 7.
5.
Number 5. Ross said number 5, and you will get number 5. Ross, what are your thoughts on Trevor? Just
Well, it depends on which Trevor. Like the Trevor from
Grand Theft
Scrubs
Auto.
or from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That guy is like. Well, no, I mean there isn't a Trevor there, but the guy that. Oh, wait, no, shit. I'm thinking of Keith.
Yeah.
Right, right, yeah,
What?
yeah. Well, there's Trevor from the Black Dahlia Murder, amazing vocalist. You know.
The first when I saw that card, the first Trevor I could think of was from Grand Theft Auto.
Oh yeah, that guy. He's also on the actor that plays Trevor is also on The Walking Dead. Simon, I think it is. Dude, that guy's a pretty good actor.
That's a long show that needs to diary. What is it, 10 season? And it's got a spin-off
It's
like
funny though, dude. There's so many spin-offs to it. Like when I heard the podcast with that had the show's creator and she's like it's gonna last forever. My first thought was like, wow, that's awesome. And then I was thinking, but is it though? Because I was like about the debate about long shows earlier. I mean, is it? I mean, comic books lasting forever. That's good because it's a print medium. But shows lasting forever, I don't think that's such a good idea, especially when you have to rely on so many spin-offs.
how many spin-offs does it? I know it has one. I didn't know it had
Um,
multiple.
dude, I think there's
I know
3,
I know
and there's mobile
Fear.
games, and there's cardboard games, board games. My bad. There's like I don't know. It feels like there's a whole literal universe of Walking Dead shit. And
That's another
when the
thing.
first one came out, the Fear the Walking Dead, I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm not gonna follow all that shit. I'm a fan, but nah, I'm good.
All right, Ross. Let's get to this. 1 through 6.
2.
2. Ross. What are your thoughts on mason jars?
That's funny. Well, I mean, despite what the rest of the card said, mason jars are shit, or the shit, not shit. But it's like when you make your homemade drink, that's where you pour it in, and you feel like a Southerner. You know what I'm saying?
I do. We are Southern people.
Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, the way I see it, technically we're Southern. We're more like Mexican and Hispanic. Southern is like next to Texas and like between Texas and Florida. That's South. You know what I'm saying? We're a
Okay.
different type of South.
I got you. I got you. Okay. All right, Ross. We're halfway there. 1 through 5.
Oh, we're halfway there. 4.
4. Ross, let's get serious for a little bit and let's talk about Scientology. You're a
I
Scientologist, aren't you?
no,
You
not
study Scientology with Tom
no,
Cruise and Will Smith and all them.
dude. I can't believe Will Smith is a Scientologist. I'm like, bro,
He's
like,
not. He's
well,
not.
he used to be, right?
He used to be. Well, I don't think he ever was. I think it was just a publicity stunt.
Yeah, I think it was a publicity stunt.
And honestly, I feel like Tom Cruise also is. Actually, well, I shouldn't say that because I don't know his mystical.
No. Tom Cruise,
ways.
I feel like I believe that. With Will Smith, I'm like, I don't. But then again, I don't really care. Like, what celebrities want to believe in, whatever. Like, that's their business. I don't care.
You know, it's funny. I don't know how much of this is true, but I read a rumor. One of the reasons why Katie Holmes didn't come back for Dark Knight is because Tom Cruise didn't like um, something about the Dark Knight.
I
And
think I
so,
heard something about that. Yeah,
so
like,
that's why
yeah.
they asked her. Uh,
Basically, he was like controlling, and it's like, just no, you can't take that role. I don't like that role. Blah blah blah. It's like, you know.
what a
Oh,
crybaby!
yeah, he's
Just
so just a
do your
weirdo.
Mission Impossible movies and shut up.
Yeah, whatever.
Ross,
I think he's
1 through
overrated.
4.
Give me 1.
Ross, you're a rapper. What are your thoughts on Funky Fresh Rhymes?
I'm not that great of a rapper, man, but
You rap, Ross.
I mean,
You're up there with Biggie and Tupac and I don't know Shia LaBeouf from the whole soundtrack.
from the whole soundtrack. I mean, dude, Shia
Have you heard
LaBeouf.
that song? Have you heard that song? You
Which
remember the movie
song?
Holes, right? With Shia LaBeouf.
No,
You've never seen that movie?
no. I mean, I seen that movie, but I wasn't in that movie.
Okay. They have a soundtrack and they do their own theme song. And in that theme song, Shia LaBeouf raps.
I think I might have heard it, but might have been forgettable too because I don't
He
remember.
rhymes man with hand.
Ooh, what a
When
wordsmith!
we're done with this, Ross, you go check that video out. And you're gonna laugh. Just the thought of Shia LaBeouf rapping. A Jewish rapper, man. Jewish rapper. 1, 2, 3.
2.
2. Ross, what are your thoughts on fettuccine Alfredo?
Hell yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
what? You don't like Italian food.
I love Italian. What? Fettuccine Alfredo is not Italian. It's American.
Well, I like noodles and pastas and shit, so I don't really
Noodles.
I don't really quiz it.
Pasta.
I don't really quiz the food where it's like, hey, where did you come from? In my belly.
As long as you don't get it from Fazoli's. That's a sponsor we just lost. 1 or 2, Ross?
2.
1 or 2?
Dos.
Ross,
2
what are your
times.
thoughts on film roles for actresses over 40? So, like, Sigourney Weaver, Jamie Lee
Well,
Curtis.
shit, I mean, like, I don't know. They're legends and everything, but at the same time, like, it seems kind of a reach, especially when it's something like the Expendables. Like, hey, look at us, guys. We're 40. We can do it. But like,
actresses though, actresses.
Oh, actresses.
Like women, like Sandra Bullock.
Yeah. Well, she's over 40. Wow. I don't
She's
really.
over 50.
50. Wow.
They're both in her 50s.
What?
Yeah, she's in her 50s.
Yeah, and speaking of Tina Fey also turned 50 today.
I didn't say Tina Fey, but you're absolutely right. She did. She
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, dude. Today is her birthday.
Happy birthday! I mean, whatever. I don't really care. I didn't watch 30 Rock. And Ross, the last one. I have no idea what this means, but what are your thoughts on the folly of man? Yes.
I'm gonna pass because I don't.
Ross, I'm afraid you lose
The
points,
happiness
Ross.
I
I'm
don't know.
sorry.
Oh no.
Oh yes. I'm sorry, Ross. Negative 700 points, Ross. You know what that means? That means the show has to come to an end.
As it usually does, because that's how shows come to its conclusion.
Yep. Well, Ross, this was a lot of fun. I always have fun making these videos with you. Hopefully, we can do it again sometime this week. I am losing a lot of Ross time, and I would like to make that up. So yeah, this video is gonna go up on Wednesday. Hope you don't mind.
For sure.
But yeah, just hit me up when you want to make another one, man. You know the drill.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Ross. Well,
wait, who's gonna do the closing out? Like, this is our show or some shit like that.
You know what? Ironically enough, Tom Cruise is gonna do it. That's him right now texting you. Anyway, Ross, you go ahead and you do whatever you want to do to end the show. I am going to.
You rap out.
I don't know what you want me to do, Ross.
This is the end of the podcast. Whoa.
Okay. Well, it's the end of the episode, Ross. Like.
No, the end of the episode.
Yeah, as long as this quarantine is going on.
Honestly, I get the two of them confused. A podcast and episode. Although episode makes more sense.
The whole entity is a podcast.
Yeah.
Think of it like a house. The podcast is the house. The episode is the room of the house. That being said, Ross, I have got to go. I've got an appointment in a little bit. So Ross, I will see you later. Hit me up when you want to make another one.
For sure.
For sure.